something, so it sucks. I was my future niece has that flu that's going around. I was sitting right next to her playing Switch over the weekend. So I'm worried I got the that flu strain going around.
I don't know. I was talking to Gina the other night. She thinks I had COVID because I'm tired all the time and I still have a dry cough left over. So she said there's been a lot of false negatives in the COVID testing lately. So
Well, I tested 4 times and I never tested positive.
because Josie tested, but she tested negative, but she only does the nose swab, not the throat swab, and the nose swabs are coming out negative, and the throat swabs are coming out positive. So that's where the negative, the false negative comes in.
Hmm.
So maybe I did have it. I don't know. All I know is I'm still freaking coughing, and it's annoying. That's all get out. It happens when I'm on the phone. Only when I'm on the phone.
I can only imagine.
Stupid.
Today I was taking calls towards the end of the day and my head was just like and I was just like, what did you say your birth date was again? I felt bad, but it's just like I'm ready to go. I'm tired.
I'm shocked at the people that call in and yeah, I need to get an appointment with the doctor, and I'm off on Friday, so this Friday would be a good day. I'm like, you ain't getting in for like 2 months. What are you talking about?
We have so in the Florida Jack market. Anyways, welcome to a new episode of Who's Your Nerds podcast. Um, it's Chris and Chris. In the Florida Jack market, they had like 3 clinics shut down because a competitor came in and offered the doctors a ton of money to move over.
Oh
There
wow.
is there is one office that's booked out until next year for new patients and even for like people that like I tried to get somebody in that was like sick today and I couldn't get them in.
Yeah, I feel bad. I just tell them that they have to go to a walk-in clinic.
Yeah, that's basically that's what I had to say. I was like, hey, I'll give them a message, but if you feel like you need to go to an urgent care. I was like, I know with your insurance you're going to have to pay a little bit, but it's better than.
Yeah, I mean most of them understand, but it's crazy the amount of people. I'm shocked at them. I shouldn't be, because of all the deliveries. The people I used to drop off at the doctor's offices in town. But it's mind blowing to think of all the people that go to the doctor and what they go to the doctor for.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that there's some symptoms that people wait for. It's just like, why are you waiting so long? You got to go.
Yeah, or just or they'll go. I'm spread. This is my favorite. Yeah, I was seen on Friday of last week for the I've had for the flu, and they gave me an antibiotic, and it didn't work. I still have symptoms. Well, take what is it? It's nasally. We'll go get some Metamucil. This is what I'm thinking in my head. Not Metamucil. Mucinex. Have these people ever like treated at home? Last thing I want to do is go to the doctor. I treat at home
Well,
if I can. The doctor's like last resort for me.
I understand that. I'm one of the ones. I don't say I go to a doctor as much as I used to. Like when I was little, it was like, you're sick. All right, let's go get you some antibiotics. Now it's like, all right, well, I'm either gonna overdose on Nyquil and Mucinex, or I'll probably go into the ER at some point.
Yeah, well, when I was a kid, we never went to the doctor. The only time I went to the doctor when I broke my leg. I think that's when I went to the doctor. We didn't go to
Well,
the
I guess
doctor
it
for
kind of
nothing.
helped
We
that
just used to treat at home.
I guess it's nice that my dad always had good insurance through the airline.
True, but I didn't really go. I still don't go to the doctor that much.
Well,
I
that's
hate going
my.
to the doctor. Freaking hate going to
I'm
the
not.
doctor.
I'm not gonna say anything about what I was about to say. I don't want to say it. Um,
Don't.
Anyways, we don't really have much to say. Mikey is on his way to Florida, and Tim is at work.
Yeah. So could have done this on Monday, Chris.
I didn't know.
I didn't either.
I was like, okay, I can't do Tuesday. Her school, I legit have no signal out there. It's out in the boonies. That's how bad it is out there.
Taylor's the same way.
I have signal at Taylor. I have a good signal at anywhere in Kokomo. Anywhere in Howard County, I have a good signal.
Well, once I was in the building at Taylor, I had no signal inside.
I think they have it thicker walls for
Like
stuff.
Maybe they have a blocker or something.
Yeah, because I know that was the rumor at Western in the classrooms. They have signal blockers.
Signal blocker. Yeah, I think Taylor does. Because like at Kokomo, they don't have a signal blocker. I got service at Kokomo.
Well, now they can't do that. Like, apparently now that they can't take your phone away unless it's like you're like obstructing class.
Right. So I don't know. I do not know. I do not know.
It's not my place.
We got 11 days. 11 days till Christmas. Are you ready?
No,
You're not.
I bought my one gift and it was almost $1,200. So last year I spent almost $4,000 on a gift, and then I also bought extra gifts.
God,
and this year I'm telling people, hey, my presence is a gift enough. Well, last year I bought the engagement ring.
Right.
And then I bought other gifts, which I should not have done. But long story short, I was planning on getting engaged earlier than I did. But so my original plan to getting engaged was one of our first like real quote unquote dates. We went to Christmas at the zoo. And I was going to propose at Christmas at the zoo because she loves the zoo and it's, why not? Well, I forget what happened. I think either she was sick or I was sick. And then by the time, we had time to go to the zoo, it was too late. Then we went on a little weekend trip to Cincinnati, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it there at the aquarium. Well, not too early before that, we went there. We got I don't want to say a bad argument, but a bad enough argument. I was like, well, that's not the right time to propose. You know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't the right time or place. Then it was Disney, and I was doing it at Disney no matter what. So I sat on that ring for let's see, I got it the day after Christmas because they never told me. So when you order through I custom ordered it through K, and they're supposed to send you a message when it's at the store. Well, they never sent me the message, and I called and said, hey, the website said it should have been there by now, and I never received an email. They're like, well, if you haven't gotten an email, it's not here yet. And I was like, can you look? And they're like, no, we're busy. Sorry. I was like, okay. And
I
then
went in there.
No, so that's what I eventually did. I was like, well, I'm gonna go. Finally, it was after Christmas, and I went in there. I was like, hey, I have yet to. It says that it should have been here like a month ago. Not even a month ago. It should have been here like a few weeks ago. And they're like, yeah, it's been back here for a while. We were wondering when you're going to come pick it up. I was like, I legitimately talked, and I could hear her, and I pointed out, I legitimately talked to that lady over there on the phone. She said it wasn't here on the phone. I was pissed.
I guess so.
That's why I had to put off also Christmas at the zoo, was because I didn't have the ring yet.
Oh, I got you.
So this year I was never informed because we're men. I didn't know I was supposed to buy the wedding band at the same time.
You're not.
That's everyone said I'm not. She said I was supposed to. The people in the store said I was supposed to, and everyone else has said no.
No,
so
because
I don't know.
if you get matching wedding bands, then why would you wouldn't know what you wanted? So that gets picked out together. How would you know what kind of wedding band that she wants?
Because it was a custom ring, so it's just custom ordered together.
I don't know. I've never heard of that, but that's just me. But
oh well. Not a big deal because I got it now, but money's tighter than it was last year, so I can't really afford many other gifts.
Yeah, well, I went to Florida last year for Christmas, and I'm not going
I
this
forgot
year.
about
So
that. What are you doing this year for Christmas?
I have no idea. Nothing that I know of. I'll go to family, I'm sure. I think that's the goal. I think I'll go to my brother's probably. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on when they have it. I'm guessing they'll have it on Christmas. So
Go do something with Josie?
She'll probably go to her grandma's. I do have to go Christmas shopping for her this weekend now. I gotta buy her a couple things. Because I don't really have a lot of people to buy it for. So. She's the one that hangs out, so.
Well, you know I would if I was in town. But.
She's the only one that calls and goes, hey, or sends me messages about festivals or concerts or whatever. So I'll go get her a few stuff
in group.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying.
I know she's the only friend in town that sends stuff constantly.
Yes.
Since Mikey's doing exactly what I did when I started dating Kimberly.
Right? He's freaking AWOL.
I don't blame him. I know how it goes. You want to spend more time with your girlfriend.
It's Pussalaya. I'm telling you.
It is. It
is. It is. It is exactly right. Right? Pussy on a pedestal. I'm telling you.
So, do you want to talk about him and it was his birthday party, his birthday last weekend on, I think their birthday was on Sunday.
It was on Sunday. Yeah, but they had a party Saturday night, which was a fun party.
So we had a surprise party for Mikey and his twin brother, Nick. Nick's fiance put it together. And that was kind of fun, except you and I were the only ones sober, and that's never fun.
But yeah, I think we were the only two not drinking. Like
I was drinking, but I wasn't drinking. You know, I had that first shot because you got to have the shot with the birthday boys. And then I had 1 or 2 beers after that, and I might have had 1 or 2 Jello shots.
I had a beer and that shot, that
Jaeger bomb.
The Jaeger bomb.
First time I've ever done a Jaeger bomb, and it was not too bad.
I know. I like Jaeger bombs.
The problem with Jaeger bombs is you're mixing an upper with a downer, and that's dangerous.
Yes. That's the point.
I know, but that gave me energy for the night. I was
up till like 2:30 in the morning. Plus, I drank a lot of pop afterwards, so I was up late, which totally messed me up. So,
but we played. You and I were the only ones that really played for a while. Cards Against Humanity. That was fun.
That was fun. Everybody else was
playing beer pong.
Pong.
I've never played, but I didn't want to play it because then honestly, I did not want to be stuck there because I had plans the next day, and if I drank too much, I would not want to leave.
Right. I mean, I thought of that. I mean, I just didn't want to drink because I was driving, so that's why I didn't play. Because I know I'm a sucky up.
There was a DUI near their house, and I wonder if that was any of the people there.
Oh, no, I don't.
Because everybody there was getting crunk.
Well, it depends on who was. I don't know who else was drinking or not drinking, or I don't know. The food was good. The dip was really good.
Yeah, that dip was good. Somebody brought pizza rolls. Those were pretty dang good.
I brought pizza rolls.
Somebody else did. I don't know who you're talking about.
Shut up.
Oh, I got a text from somebody I used to work with at the bus. Guess what happened at the bus station today?
Your bus station, like in Richmond?
Yeah, the one I used to work for.
What?
Somebody stole a bus.
What?
Yeah, they got in the bus and drove off with the bus.
That's friggin' awesome.
The cops got them not too long afterwards.
Well, yeah, they got tracking on them. Why would you steal a bus?
Ours aren't tracked. Ours don't have GPS.
You don't have tracking?
They are. They have the oldest stinking buses. Let's put it that way.
Really? So they stole a bus.
They stole one of the buses. They got caught pretty soon because
well, it's a bus. I mean,
it's a bus.
It's not hard.
Hey, those buses can get up and go if you.
How big are the buses?
They are. I'm gonna say they're a mix between They're bigger than one of your bus than your bus.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Is it bigger than 5?
no, they're smaller than 5.
Okay,
They're
so that's okay.
think a little smaller than Tom's bus. Than 4.
Oh well,
They're
4
rear
wrecked. 4
loaders
got
too.
wrecked a long time ago. So
Yeah, I know. They got totaled. They totaled it.
yeah, we should have been told a long time ago. Anyway.
Well, the only reason they kept it was because he wouldn't let go of it because he would only have to pick up one passenger
He
then.
didn't want to pick up wheelchairs. That's why.
Even though he always was like, I'm the hardest worker here, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah.
But he wouldn't pick up half the wheelchairs because half of them wouldn't fit because they were too big for his bus.
Yeah.
That's
Which,
what.
as I said in the office one day when I didn't have a broken foot at the time, but I don't know, I think it was when I was trawling and I was just sitting there killing time waiting to go. And he said, "Oh, I can't fit that chair. Oh, I can't get 2 chairs." And I think I said out loud, not on the radio, but to the ladies in the office, I was like, "I can put 2 chairs on that bus if I wanted to."
Yeah, you could put 2 chairs on.
But I found out when I did extra training down in Columbus,
Yeah.
they changed the rules. You're not technically supposed to put 2 chairs on rear loaders anymore.
Really? Well,
Yeah,
but he just didn't want to put two chairs on us. But
I know exactly.
and it is a hassle. It really is. They're hard to get in and out because they're not. If there were 2 wheelchairs, that's no problem. That's cake.
Yeah,
Because they're as long as it's a regular sized wheelchair. But now oh my God, the scooters are so big and people are getting so big. Oh my God, Red Lobster commercial. That looks so good. Oh, Chris might be going Red Lobster this weekend. Me and Josie doing gingerbread houses. I might take.
It's not even that the people are getting so big; it's that the scooters already weigh 400 pounds, and then
Yes.
That's already maxing out the lift.
Yeah, that's true. And well, that and they're so long too that they can't.
Yeah.
That's the hassle of it. It's a hassle. It's a hassle. I don't miss that job.
I miss the people. I
miss the people I worked with. A few people, the people that I worked with, I miss them.
Yeah.
But
I keep thinking it's like I'm done at 5, and then starting next week I'm done at 4:30. I don't have to worry about, I don't get the hey, you're done at 12 o'clock or whatever sometimes, but that was a rarity.
Yeah.
It's hey, I'm done at 4:30 every single day. Okay, let's do it.
Routine is nice.
I'm getting used to sitting at home more.
You get used to it. I have no problem with it. When I'm like this, for some reason, this morning flew by, and I wasn't even that busy. I was listening to Jimmy Buffett on Spotify.
Well, I plan like my plan is once I start is I'm on my computer. I'm gonna listen to music or watch Twitch streamers. Not really watch them, but have them going in the background.
Have them going on in the background. That's what I do.
And then at noon, I'm gonna listen to the Pat McAfee show, noon to 3, on YouTube. And then 3 to 4:30, I'm probably just gonna have Spotify on.
I'll watch like I did like this morning. I had Jimmy Buffett on for in the morning, and then like this afternoon, I watched Rush Hour this afternoon because it was just on in the background, and then I'll put on a TV show
Which
that
Rush
I've
Hour,
seen.
the first one?
The first one, yeah.
Best one.
I will do. I'll do TV shows that I've seen a lot of. So it'll be like Friends, Big Bang Theory. I just started watching Boy Meets World again.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty good one to have in the background. So back when he was a kid and it wasn't so emotional. But it was good today. It went pretty fast for some reason. I listened to the Jimmy Buffett Christmas album first and then listened to the box set because Josie hooked me up with Spotify. Like put me on her Spotify account so I don't have commercials and I can listen to albums.
Oh, yeah.
So it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So she got me to hook up last week. So I'm thankful for that.
Kimberly has Spotify Premium. I really enjoy it.
I love it. I do. Like I said, I can listen because last time I would listen to try to listen to you listen to an album. They throw other artists in while you're listening to the album, and you don't have any commercials. It's just nice.
Every time I get like Spotify Premium or whatever, then it's like all of a sudden I get into a podcast listening spurt, and I'm like, well, I don't need to pay for this because I'm not, needing it because I gotta listen to commercials anyways.
Right. Yeah, that's why I listen. I usually do podcasts at night because I want to hear what they're saying. It's not background.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
I listen to podcasts at the gym. I used to listen to them while I was driving, but can't really do that anymore.
Nope, you cannot do that anymore.
And I don't want to, listen for a minute and then have to turn it off.
Right. Yeah, that's why I put on TV shows and just, especially with like the ones on HBO or Disney. Like that's why I just watch those 3 usually, because it just skips to the next episode.
Yeah.
And I mean, 3 episodes. You binge 3 episodes. That's an hour. Basically, hour and 5 minutes, hour and 6 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. So I can kind of pace it out based off of and I'll do movies like in the afternoon. Like if I start a movie at like 2:30, it can be 2 hours and 15 minutes because I have a 15-minute break in between, and then I'll turn it off. So, or I'll wait till 2:30 and have or maybe at 3:30, maybe at 3 have a 90-minute movie, something like that, and just fast forward the first 15 minutes because I've seen it 100 times, just stuff like that. But I keep busy doing that. I like it. I can't do just dead silence. It drives me bananas. I've got to have background noise, even if it's just noise. Even if it's just noise in the background, that's all I need.
Yeah,
that's what, and
definitely I'm the same way.
That's what I had on the bus. That's why I needed music on the bus. They just couldn't seem to understand that. Dead silence is just a bad thing for me.
Like I said, I always understood their reasoning for taking out the radios, but it was dumb.
I think it's a hazard because if there's any kind of bad weather coming or storms coming, that's how you find that out is local radio.
And didn't you say you were like, what if like there's a tornado coming? Well, we can tell you, yeah, but what if you lose power and the radios go down?
That's exactly right. I mean, there's all kinds of scenarios. I just thought that was a really bad idea. So, I bet. That, and you drift off when it's dead silent. You don't concentrate. I mean, I don't. I concentrate better when I've got just noise.
Some sort of background noise. Yeah.
Yes, I concentrate better when I drive. That's the reason. And I mean, it's crazy because people drive with their radio on all day long, and it why is it a distraction in the bus? You know what I mean? It didn't make sense to me.
Well, I don't think it was a distraction. It was that the reasoning I got from Jan was there was an issue on the bus and she couldn't figure out who started it or something because the radio.
Well, they were playing it too loud. Yeah, you can't play that music too loud. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, once you get people on the bus, turn the music down.
Well, that was my thing. As soon as somebody got in the bus,
meanwhile, the trolleys had radios.
We weren't supposed to have them on, but they couldn't take them out because of the intercom system.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. If they took it out, the intercom system wouldn't work, even though we never actually used the intercoms. No. I was never shown how to use them. I just kind of yelled to the back.
Yeah, I never knew how to use them either. Well, you just had the microphone. You didn't have to plug, push down on the microphone.
Yeah, which is one of the foot buttons, but
yeah.
It was easier just to yell. And if they didn't hear me, they didn't hear me.
Supposed to call out stops.
Yeah, they tried to get us to do that here in town, but we don't have bus stops. It's legitimately, hey, I want this. I want right here. Okay, well, I'm slamming on my brake.
Oh, really? They stop wherever you want, huh?
Yeah, and you wave, like you got to wave at them. I'm like, okay, how do I know if someone's waving at me or And then people get mad because you drive by them. Well, I didn't see you didn't wave. Well, I'm standing there. You should have seen me. I'm like,
yeah, but people stand on the side of the road, exactly.
And that always pissed me off. It's like, it was like it's not even it's not that dangerous for me. It's dangerous for you because you're gonna stand on the side of the road in places where I'm not gonna be able to see you maybe
Right.
or whatnot, and you're gonna jump out. And I had somebody jump out in traffic one time because they thought I didn't see him.
I always thought it was funny they would wave you down when they were standing at the bus stops here in town. They'll wave you down like.
Well, let's be honest. Sometimes they got missed because people weren't paying attention. I
Yeah.
didn't mind if they waved me down. I always got I was like, yeah, I see you.
Yeah, that's the way I was.
But I was like, I also like, yeah, but I've heard enough stories of people being passed up still, even though they're standing right there. But
Did you
sometimes
ever?
you never know if they're just standing there or if they're, uh, oh no, hold on, oh no, okay, sorry, there was a video playing. Sometimes you didn't know if someone was just standing there or walking by. You couldn't really tell sometimes.
Right? Yeah, I've had them where they're just walking by and they happen to be by the sign and they were walking by. Did you ever take the wrong route? I took like in my last month there when I was. I had a bus. I had a trainee on the bus. She was counting
Yeah,
passengers, and on the yellow green line, I took the wrong route, and I was I was supposed to go to Ivy Tech,
yeah.
and I didn't realize I was on the wrong route till I was right in front of Amberwood. So we drove through Amberwood real quick, and I went out and I hauled ass down Apperson, and I took a left on Morgan and went down to the grocery store and made a U-turn and came back to see if there was any, because that was going to be your main traffic anyway. You're never going to get anybody at the school or anything. You know what I mean?
You get that every time you don't go there, you get that one person that actually is there.
And I never did. So I turned around, went back, so I could go down Morgan and back down to Apperson, and nobody ever said anything about it. So I kind of lucked out.
I did one time. It was, of course, yellow green, and I was supposed to go to Ivy Tech, and I noticed it right after the turn.
It's easy to do. It really is.
So, and thankfully, I was in a Spirit bus, so I just kind of circled back around.
Oh no, I was in a trolley. It was a hassle, but it was funnier than hell. I was like, oh, whoops. Oh well, don't do that if you take this job. I think I was in my last month. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I knew I was getting another job, but I hadn't put in I hadn't put
Time in yet.
my time in yet. Yeah, because I gave them like a month. So that's funny.
Yeah, I did like 3 week notice. I was like, yeah, this is my last day, and I was like, yeah, I know it's 3 weeks away, but thought I'd tell you now.
Yeah, I put in a month. I put them in because it was the 1st of August when I got hired, and mine was September 2nd. I was done. So I don't know.
I feel like
Have you? Do you have? Are you playing the games that they send the trip like the games like the word scramble games and stuff that they're sending?
I'm not getting any of that.
Oh, I'm not even playing.
I wonder if it's like an Indiana market thing.
It must be an Indiana market thing. So I don't know. I'm
the
not
Florida
playing.
Jack is like the busiest one apparently.
Really? I don't
Yeah,
doubt it. There's 8
they have the
billion old people down there.
They are. We have 2 more clinics coming online, and then they'll be completely done and have all the clinics, or be fully brought online for the Jacksonville market. Every Ascension primary care will be in central scheduling.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Florida's. I was talking to Gina the other night, and she was talking about how it's like she was talking. Even the kids, they're like, she'll go to Target, and there's no downtime in stores anymore. It's just busy all the time. The city's not growing. Just that many people are moved into the city. That's how bad it is. There's traffic all the time. They're usually there were a time of day. Usually after 5 or 6 o'clock, one of the main roads in Ocala where I lived, it was dead about 7 o'clock. And now there's traffic all day long on that road. So there's just that many more people living in Florida than there used to.
Well, people move there for a lot of reasons. Old people, whatever.
Well, they moved there from New York, from New Jersey, from Illinois, from.
To get away from California.
Yep, they've all moved in. I told her, I was like, I said I couldn't live in that city now. I said I couldn't do it. Not after living in Kokomo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a great small town. I mean, it's not small. It is small, but it's not. But it's. I couldn't live in that traffic, and that just. I don't want to do that. I really don't. I'm happy right where I'm at.
I really don't want to live in any like big city.
No.
But if that's
I mean,
where
I could live in Speedway, but like everything is in Speedway. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Except a movie theater. I don't know where the nearest movie theater is. Probably Plainfield or maybe Brownsburg, something like that. But it's right down the road. I could live in Speedway, but to me, if where I want to live in Speedway, which is close to the Speedway, like the Kroger's is right down the road. There's an Aldi's down the road right now. So everything's very close, kind of like where I'm at now. There's restaurants right down the road. So I think people that live in Speedway just kind of live in Speedway. They don't go out farther than that, which is like Kokomo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could probably live in Speedway, but I couldn't live in Indianapolis. I don't think I could live in Indianapolis. But who knows? I don't know. But it is what it is.
I say that now, but you never know.
Well, yeah, you never say never. But like when I went to Florida last Christmas, the traffic was it drove me nuts. Like, dude, like there's seriously that many people. It's insane. So I like our dumpy little town where you can get um overdose medicine at our local library out of a vending machine now.
What?
Yeah. Look it up. It's on Facebook.
Oh well.
So people are complaining about, oh yeah, sure, no insulin in a vending machine, but you can overdose on heroin. We've got you covered. And apparently, all the heroin addicts just go to the libraries.
Hey, they're trying to read while they're high.
I guess.
Give them a chance.
Right, and let them. They just want to educate themselves. I mean, I knew the homeless people and the pedophiles hung out at the library. Because I mean, they're homeless and pedophiles both. I mean, they're like it's the same people, but sexual offenders. They hang out at the library. They hang out downtown. But
Anyways, do you want to get into what you watched?
I did. It's not Buster time. Da, 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 not Buster. I watched a movie.
Is that your theme song now?
Yeah. Da, 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 not Buster. This movie came out in 2020. Please do not. It's actually, you can watch it on Tubi. I watched it on my app, but a movie called Megan. Not to be confused with the new movie called Megan coming out here in a few months. The horror movie about the AI doll that comes to life, kind of like Chucky, and it's creepy as hell. But anyway, so I watched this movie. Huh?
Is it Chucky's girlfriend?
No, this is completely different. It looks really cool though. It's called Megan, but this one's called Megan. So what it's about is it opens up and this woman is getting raped. Okay. The movie opens up and it shows this woman it's like blurry flashback kind of thing. It's like not brutal.
Yeah.
But she gets raped, and then the next thing you know, you see this woman, and it's supposed to be her sister, except her sister speaks a different language, and they live in a cabin in the woods. Okay. Then it goes to this guy, and this guy talks to his dad on the phone, and he loses his funding for his project. And I'm like, okay, wow. They don't talk about the project. He just lost his funding, so he has no job.
Seems to be a thing with all these not busters. They just, something's happening and it's there.
Yeah, it's that's why they're not busters, I'm guessing. So he goes hiking. So while he's out hiking, he likes to take pictures of butterflies. That's what he does. That's what he lost his funding for. So he's out hiking and he comes across the cabin where the girls live, and he knocks on the door and he's like, can you fill up my canteen with water? That's why he's there, is to fill up the canteen with water. And dun dun dun, it starts rainstorming big time. So he stays there. So he meets the sister, and the one sister, she has like a teddy bear. And for some reason, he steals the teddy bear, which I figured out why he steals the teddy bear. There's no reasoning behind stealing the teddy bear. And the next thing you know, one sister, one sister that speaks a foreign language, she's blind. I forgot to put that in there. She's blind. So her other sister takes care of her. Well, the other sister gives this guy, she's like, let's have a drink. So he takes a drink. It's stuff she made. And next thing you know, he wakes up and he's handcuffed to a bed.
Kinky.
She's kidnapped. Yeah, it was kinky. And she starts like yelling at him and saying, how does it feel? Now you know how my sister feels. Her sister's name is Jessie. Now you know how Jessie feels. So she rapes the guy, right? And she always puts on these surgical gloves before she does it, which I don't know what the surgical gloves are for. So she like rapes him, right? Which he doesn't seem that disappointed about, but he is. And he's tied to the flimsiest freaking bed I've ever seen in my life. I'm pretty sure he could have bent the little. They look like dowel rods. What they look like, little, half-inch, quarter-inch dowel rods. I'm sure he could have broke out of there if he wanted to. Next thing you know, she takes off all of. Well, first she took off all of her clothes first time into raping. Then she straps one on and really gives it to him. She's like, now you know how Jessie feels. Now you know how Jessie feels. How do you feel? She's like, humiliated, embarrassed, blah, 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 right? So he convinces the blind girl to unlock him. So,
wait, there's a blind girl?
That's the blind girl, which is Jessie, the girl that got raped at the beginning of the movie. She's the sister.
Okay.
So
sorry, I got lost there for a second, I think.
So anyway,
very intriguing story.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then for some reason, Megan, she takes her blind sister out to the lake, and she let her play in the lake. Then she tries to drown her. She brings her back up. Yeah, it's crazy. So then blind Jessie helps unlock the guy. His name's Tommy, right? So she unlocks him and he gets away. And so meanwhile, so you got Tommy, and then his dad, who he talked to on the phone, he goes over to his house because he can't find him and he can't get a hold of him, so he's kind of concerned, blah, 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 blah. So then, boom, plot twist like you would not believe drops. There's no such person as Jessie. Megan is in a mental institute. And the guy that she raped, the hiker dude that lost his money with the fun, for his project.
Yeah.
He's the doctor. So she speaks in a foreign language when she's Jessie, her second, her alter ego is Jessie.
Okay.
The blind girl. Yeah. And he's like sitting at his desk, and then so he's like, he leaves this place, and it says Experimental Mental Institute over this gate that he walks out of, right?
Experimental.
Yeah, experimental. So he goes out there, and who's out there but the guy who was his dad? But his dad, it's not his dad. It's a
Did
professor.
He put a black belt on him?
No, he did not put a black belt on him, but he's like his professor mentor guy. He's a retired professor. And so he explains about Jessie/Megan and how Megan acts out raping the guy with the strap on, with no clothes on. And they show that part, like the girl has no clothes on and she's like acting out with raping a guy, and he's sitting at his desk watching this.
Kinky.
So while they're out there talking, this ambulance drives by, and she's in the ambulance. I guess they're transferring her. And she keeps saying, "Come on, Jesse, you can do it. Show up. Come on, Jesse, you can do it. Show up." And finally, the old doctor mentor guy gives the new doctor guy a ride. They go down the road, and there's the ambulance on the side of the road with the black doors open. And that's the end of the movie. So sorry I spoiled it for you. It literally went nowhere for an hour and 25 minutes.
Sounds like our podcast sometimes.
Right. I mean, it it was like, I'm like, where's this going? What kind of project does he have? And the stupid thing is, like, when he's in the cabin with the woman, he's like, why does your sister have speak a different language? Why does your sister speak a different language if you're sisters? And she doesn't answer him. But bam, I never caught on that she was going to be a psycho in a psych ward. You know what I mean? But it was there.
It sounds like that movie Split.
Or Shutter Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. So I watched it. It's Megan. It's horrible. That was as bad as the last one last week, the Karate Christmas Miracle. It's just as bad. It's freaking wretched. I don't know how these people make these movies or how they get them made.
I feel like some of them are like, grad school kids, hey, I got to make a movie for my class.
But the crazy thing is, like, they get girls to take their clothes off for these movies. I guess they'll do anything to be an actress, I'm guessing. Is that the old adage? I mean,
or they're just okay with it. Some people are okay with it, I guess.
I get it. I mean, I was just like, oh, and this one, she clearly had a boob job. But I don't know how they lived out in the woods and she took care of her sister and how she got groceries because they didn't have a car. And unless they had everything, door dashed, that's all I can think of. But she didn't have a job. She just took care of her blind sister who spoke with a Russian accent. She could barely understand her. But her sister didn't exist. Because she was dun, Jessie, Megan's alter ego.
Well,
it was pretty exciting stuff.
What a great sounding movie. I'm glad I didn't waste my time on it.
This is the thing. I do waste my time because I know these movies are going to be that bad. Like, they're going to be that horrible.
Well, there's sometimes those movies are just so bad they're good.
Yeah, but it's not like The Room. You know what I mean?
Or Hard Ticket.
Or Hard Ticket. Yeah, they're not enjoyable to watch. They're like hard to watch. The last one I watched that was fun. What was the last one I watched that was? It's been a while since I watched a good bad movie. These are just bad movies.
The Top Gun ripoff.
Top Gunner, yes, that was actually a little fun. Yeah, Top Gunner 2. That one was pretty good. Top Gunner Danger Zone. Yes, yeah, Top Gunner Danger Zone was pretty good. It was laughable. I could watch it again. I could probably watch the Top Gunner movies again. But they start out with a plot or a subplot and it never goes anywhere. Every movie. I've noticed it. You know what? I think if I was a film student, if I was a film student professor, I would have my students watch these bad movies to show them what not to do in a movie.
This is for the Molokai cops.
That thing's perfect.
There's nothing even wrong with those movies. I don't know why we make fun of them. They're so perfect that we had to make fun of them.
They're so perfectly horrible. They're everything that I expect. Because we're not paying money expecting them to be good and get dealt with a piece of shit like this new Avatar movie that's coming out this weekend.
I'm excited for the Avatar movie. I'm just gonna say that.
One person wrote that it was like watching a 3-hour screensaver. Another one said that Finding Nemo had more depth than this movie. It's hard to say.
Reviewers?
These are actual reviews. Yeah. But it's getting 85% on the tomato meter. But that doesn't mean anything. You know? Avatar got 82, and it's a piece of shit. Here's the thing that I'm wondering about. Avatar was big because people went to see it because it was revolutionary and it was word of mouth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many of those people disliked Avatar after they saw it? Because I know there's a lot of me out there.
I can't lie. Excuse me. I did not like it for the longest time, but I did rewatch it not too long ago, and it's not as bad as I remember. I fast forwarded parts, and it was better.
I'll never watch it again. I watched it once. I'll never watch it again.
I also, you had to go see it. Yeah. It was the movie you had to go see.
See, Megan don't have a tomato meter, but she did get a 4.2 on the IMDb rating. So I'm going to look up Avatar and see the original Avatar, and see what their IMDb rating is. Because I thought it was a bore. I thought it was stupid. It was preachy. It got a 7.8 on IMDb. This one's getting an 8.2. The new one, the new Avatar. But I'm wondering how many people that didn't like the first one. I don't think they're going to go see the second one. I really don't. I mean, it'll still make $1 billion probably. I hope not, because I don't know how much more of James Cameron ego I can take. Plus, he's got another 3-hour epic to make after this one if it does good. I ain't sure I could handle it.
It'll make money. Because oh my god, I'm exhausted. Word of mouth will go, and it'll be like, oh my god, you got to watch it.
No, it won't. Because people are gonna go. You said you go see it, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna go, oh my god, Chris, you gotta go see this movie. And I'll be like, no, I don't have to, and I won't, because it looks like a piece of shit.
Well, I'm not gonna say you have to go see it.
Did you ever see Knives Out after I told you to go see it?
No.
Because you were mad at Rian Johnson or whatever.
Rian Johnson. He ruined
That's a great movie. It's a great movie. Knives Out.
I don't doubt it, but I almost refuse to see it because of it.
Well, Disney ain't doing any better with Star Wars, because they're just putting out so much shit. And the more I think about the Mandalorian and how it's like marketing, nothing is about the Mandalorian. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's all about Grogu. It's all about Grogu. That's right. It's not called Grogu. It's called the Mandalorian. They might as well call it.
Grogu is getting a series.
Are you kidding?
Nope.
Oh my god. Please stop. Stop with the crap.
No.
It's just, they should have just, I was expecting a Mandalorian. He's a bounty hunter. He's going to do Mandalorian things, you know? I want my Mandalorian to do Mandalorian things. Kind of like, I don't want Boba Fett taking his helmet off, but meanwhile he walks around with his helmet off like he's riding a damn motorcycle, and he has to take his helmet off everywhere. They're messing it up. Then they messed up the whole. They messed up the whole shit. Well, you're talking about Rian Johnson messing up Star Wars, but Disney ain't done no better. The whole Darth Vader Obi-Wan fight in Obi-Wan Kenobi, when it messed up the whole continuity of the movie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Nope. Do we have to break out the timelines again, like our old Han Solo discussion?
No, because he says, "I meet you again at last." At last, which means I ain't seen you in like 40 freaking years, 20 freaking years. Not I saw you 10 years ago.
You know, there's barely any time between the rise of the Empire and the fall of the Empire. It did not last that long.
I don't know. It just seems like they're time crunching a lot of this stuff.
Because they can't. They keep making movies in the same time period. They need to stretch it out.
You can't do that. That's what I said. It's messed up. they're trying to stuff so much in between episode 3 and 4, right?
The Empire lasted only 24 years. So between when uh between Mustafar and we got barbecued Anakin and the death of Palpatine, it was 24 years or whatever I said, 20 some odd years.
Right. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, because that's how old Luke would have been. Right. Because he was supposed to be like 17
they keep trying to fill up this time period, but I want more like after the Empire, kind of like Mandalorian takes place between the Empire and Force Awakens.
Yeah, that's what I would like to see. I would like to see how do they, and that's what Andor's about, is how the Empire gets control, prior to, but it's boring as hell. But
I keep seeing how it's so good. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's good, it's good, it's good," but every time I try to watch an episode, I'm like,
it's boring. The whole. I thought maybe it was just the first show. I still ain't watched the last few episodes because it was so boring. That's the truth. I mean, I don't care.
Oh, there's a new Adam Driver movie. I just saw it on on IGN. Adam Driver crash lands and gets stranded on Earth 65 million years ago.
Yes.
In the dinosaur-filled trailer for 65.
Yeah, I read about that, but I didn't. That sounds interesting. I like Adam Driver, so
I do too. Plus, he's an Indiana guy.
He is an Indiana guy. That's right.
And no one will ever beat his acting in that one movie where he's supposed to be like an undercover cop. You know what I'm talking about?
Is that the one where they robbed the racetrack?
No, that's a great movie.
Or are you talking about Black Klansman?
Black Klansman.
He was great in Black Klansman. That was a good movie. I enjoyed that. I like them story movies.
This scene right here. I don't know if people can hear it over my thing. When he comes running out of the house shooting at the car.
Yes. I know what you're talking about.
Love that scene. I don't know why. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, no, he's really good in that movie. That whole movie. That's what those are the kind of movies I want to see more of. And I think that's what is unappealing about the Avatar movie is it's just all eye candy. That's all.
Yeah. I forget who it was. Maybe Scorsese. But there was a pretty famous director came out lately, and I'm starting to back in the day I kind of probably would have shit on him, saying that the Marvel movies and all these comic book movies aren't movies. I'm starting to agree with it because I'm so tired of that formula. Because
I agree.
These producers, they don't want to put money into anything if it's not Marvel or the next comic book superhero thing. I'm like, I just want a good old fashioned. I don't even care. I want a good old fashioned movie that doesn't, some special effects, here and there where it's needed, but mostly just,
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
That's one reason I think Top Gun did so well.
Oh, I think so too. Other than it stole the plot from Star Wars, but it was all practical effects. You know what I mean? And I think
Bob is the true hero of that movie.
I think also, and I think a lot of people liked. I think that's why so many people embraced the start. What's episode 6? Right? Episode 7, Force Awakens, because it was back to practical effects for Star Wars.
Like 90% of it was practical effects.
Yeah, exactly. Like the stormtroopers were actual stormtroopers; they weren't CGI, and the ships looked real. You know what I mean?
Did you know the clone trooper armor in the Boba Fett episode was the first time they ever had real clone armor on scene?
Yeah, that's true. That's right, because there was nothing in the first the first episodes that all that was heavily CGI, all CGI.
Every single clone trooper was CGI'd, which is atrocious.
I'm surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised Lucas. Lucas could fix that problem I have with between Obi-Wan and Episode 4, because all he has to go through. I mean, he already put McClunky in the new Star Wars in Star Wars. Why can't he go back and just have Darth Vader say, "Obi-Wan Kenobi, we meet again," and then just blank out at last, and then that'll fix the continuity.
Well, I bet in the next one they'll have them meet again. Let's be honest, and then that'll fix your issue. Don't get me wrong. I know the issue you're talking about.
That bugs
I
me
just like
though.
I just like giving you crap about it.
And that bothers me. Like, didn't you see Star Wars? Like, everybody knows the dialogue to Star Wars. I mean, I'm sorry, but I've quoted that for like forever. I'm like, oh, we meet again at last, even though I saw him like 2 days earlier, But it's just, I'm surprised more people don't complain about that, as sticklers of the movies as people are.
Because people pick and choose their battles and they don't care.
Like, I need to get my videotapes out so I can watch the original trilogy in its pre-shitty ass revamped glory.
All right. Do you have a shower thought? I know Mikey said he had one, but
yeah, but he ain't gonna have one till like the end of the year. You know what I mean?
I know we gotta stop doing it on Wednesdays because today he hangs out with what's her name, Sierra.
Let's see here. I do not have.
I'm just gonna Google it. That's what I usually do. I'm sorry I'm so yawny, everybody. I'm just tired.
What are? Okay, let's see here.
I got one. Children are an example of emotional abusers. They love bomb you and then proceed to gaslight or yell at you when they don't get what they want.
That's true. Kids are mean. They're vicious.
We don't want to see our pets die, but we want to outlive them.
Yeah, see, this is why I don't want a pet, because all it does is bring heartache and, depression. And I got enough of that already.
You know, like the
having a dying
TikToks or
dog.
the whatever, the videos of like, when you get to heaven and God said somebody's been waiting for you, and then the dog runs up in the video.
Yeah.
I always start tearing up in those videos. That gets me every single time.
I don't know. I get it, but I've had a dog, but it got taken away from me, and then, so I can take it or leave it.
We're gonna get a dog as soon as we get a house. So.
I will not get.
We don't want a dog in an apartment. It's not fair.
Yeah, nah, it's not conducive. But that's the way it is. I would only get a dog if I had a house, so maybe
Room to run around.
Maybe with a a doggy door, so I could leave it alone, so it knows to go out to poop or whatever. You know what I mean?
I don't trust doggy doors because I'm always afraid. I've seen Home Alone.
Yeah, he just got his head in there.
And then maybe like a raccoon will get in or something.
Raccoon?
Yeah. A raccoon.
Awesome.
I was driving to the gym. I go to the gym in the morning now. Like I was driving there at 4:30 yesterday.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
And I thought I saw something run onto the street, and I got closer and it's a skunk. I've never swerved harder in my life.
Oh, no kidding. You don't want that to crap on your car.
All right. Anyways, you can catch us at Pod Nerds on Twitter, Hoosier Nerds on Facebook. You can watch or listen to us at YouTube at Hoosier Nerds. You can listen to us at your favorite podcasting sites such as Spotify, TuneIn, iTunes, and Amazon.
There you go.
And you'll never know who's your nerds
That's us.
because that's us. We don't have the same energy